Many residents in Richland and Jackson Township in Vinton County are without safe, reliable water in their homes and are resorting to hauling water from vending stations like this one off U.S. Highway 50 near McArthur. On Wednesday morning, recently appointed Appalachian Regional Commission federal co-chair Gayle Manchin visited the water station as part of a tour of the entire region that the ARC represents, which encompasses 420 counties in 13 states. Manchin is also the wife of United States Senator and former West Virginia Governor Joe Manchin, who represents an important swing vote in the Senate.
One of the projects, many projects that the Appalachian Regional Commissions help support are water projects. Unfortunately, in the 21st century, you wouldn't think that we would be talking about drinking water in homes and having that accessibility. But unfortunately, throughout the Appalachian region, not just in Ohio, but throughout the entire Appalachian 13 states, there are counties and homes that in this day and age do not have running water. And that means people have to be responsible for trying to get somewhere to get water. Now, obviously, the answer is to run water lines to people's homes. But in the midst of all that, the water station, like we're seeing here today, is one stopgap. So instead of having to drive 40 miles one way to get water, water stations like this provide the resource that you only have to drive 7 miles to get water. And so you have companies that pop up, just like the truck that's filling up now. This was a gentleman that thought he would just do this as a part-time job. And now he has hired 3 more trucks, and it's a daily business because there's that many people still without running water in this area. And so, as I said, this is a great stopgap. This is better than driving 40 miles. But the answer is that we need to be sure that people, all of our homes, have running water. The people in this area are doing a wonderful job. They're mapping all of their water lines, all of the water systems. Where's the water coming from? Where do the lines run? And then you look to see which water line is going to be the most efficient one to tap into to provide water to a group of homes. So they're doing that, and then you price out, well, what would that project cost? And then you start writing grants, you appeal to your local, state government for funding, and then ARC is another partner that can come in with some matching dollars to help some of those projects become a reality. So it's a step by step, but we do need to, these are things that need to be addressed. And the president has been very good in realizing that this is a type of infrastructure that needs addressed, and he has been putting more money out that will come in to counties and communities. But I think in many cases, people just aren't aware. If you have running water in your home, your assumption is that everyone has running water in their home. And so I think part of the problem and part of the solution is making sure that people out there know that this continues to be a problem in our rural areas, and it's a problem that needs to be addressed.
This project is actually about 6 years old. It was established to provide a temporary solution to folks in this area that need safe, reliable water. And because the federal co-chair, Dr. Manchin, was coming through, we wanted to show her an example of what ARC funding had done for Vinton County recently. And we also talked a bit in an earlier meeting about, again, how we hope that water vending stations become obsolete, or if nothing else, they're only for folks to get water to fill up their swimming pool. We would love to be able to extend water lines to every resident that needs them or wants them.
The quest for clean water for Vinton County has been with my family for 21 years, and that was the first time that we moved here. I married a local lady, and we bought a home here 21 years ago, and there was a shallow dug well outside, and we found that it was full of sediment and sludge and probably strip mine runoff, and in essence it ruined our water distribution system in our home. And after we replaced that, we did not dig. We drilled a new well that was in excess of 200 feet. The only issue with that is we still have the same issues. We still have the mine runoff. We still have the sediment. The big issue here is that the quality of life of the residents here. There are a lot who are less fortunate than I am, and they've been here for generations, and they deal with the same water problems day after day after day. As we've seen here today, they haul water sometimes 2 and 3 times a week. It's great that it's available, but it's an inconvenience that other people in the county don't have to tolerate. It's frustrating to see that standards of living are seemingly ignored when we talk about utilities and public services and things of that nature, that people have to live the way they do when it comes down to having usable, clean water in their homes.
$50,000. We have a little strip in. I think it's Eagle Township. Actually, a pretty run road project. $50,000 would put water to 9 homes there in just a short stretch, and that would be Ross County Water doing that project. Around $50,000 would give those folks water. I just think it's sad that all of the COVID money that come down was handed down. You was not allowed to use $1 of that to put pipe in the ground to help families get water, get the water into their homes. We could use it for about anything else, you know. I think from the President of the United States all the way down, everybody that was on the TV sets was screaming, "Wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands." Kind of hard to wash your hands when you didn't have water.
In addition to the water issues, Manchin also discussed another big issue that the ARC is working on, bringing broadband internet to rural areas.
The broadband is the second big issue, I think, in terms of common throughout all of the Appalachian region, is that when the ARC was first started in 1965, it was about building highways through our states. And we'd have a good highway system, and we're still building highways. But the new highway system that is our challenge is broadband. And we have to build that highway system throughout the Appalachian region. So again, that last mile, every family, every child should have the same resources and support system that any child has, so that whether they go to school virtually, take online classes, a parent, it works from home, you need to call a doctor for telehealth communication. You have to have broadband to do any of that. And every home should have that capability. You know, it absolutely, I feel like that I probably, without knowing it, have been preparing my whole life to do this job. So I'm very proud to be in this position, very proud to represent the Appalachian Regional Commission, and very proud to be from Appalachia.